All was well until that one fateful day that changed Nazo's life, as the last thing they could remember before Nazo blacked out on that day was the sound of Nazo's pit stopper and team driving up worriedly. Their frantic cries for help faded away as Nazo submitted to unconsciousness. Long after they were finally recovered, admittedly Nazo was disheartened from racing, after even hearing their doctor saying that it was no longer a good idea to get back into racing, and that it'd be just far too risky for that to happen. However, as of recently, Nazo was watching the racing show, and once again that same racer they saw from before, that iconic red car, the number 95, and the name Lightning McQueen just seemed to spark a light within the Nazo. And before long, Nazo had underwent successful rehabilitation and was able to drive at a faster speed, but pushing it wasn't recommended. And better yet, even the old team said they secured a spot for Nazo and were willing to give them a new style and paint job. After the paint job, they were a sleek and shiny insert color here, with an even more impressive model of a insert car here, and were even upgraded to an electric engine. And now, equipped with much more power than before, Nazo reversed into the open space of their truck driver, their friend who's been through thick and thin with them, and they were heading off to the racing track. Eventually, after around what was half an hour, the cargo box on the semi-truck opened and formed a neat ramp as Nazo drove down the ramp, and around them were other race cars, whom were the competition. And upon seeing Nazo, they were all stunned into silence, as there was a heavy moment of shock at seeing the once-defeated race car back up and running better than ever before. However, one car stood amongst them all, and there was an excited wheel raising into the air, as a voice followed alongside a voice that seemed so familiar during when the races ended, and the press were questioning this certain car. "Hey, Nazo, I'm a big fan!" Lightning McQueen was the one who it belonged to, as he respectively moved past other cars with an almost palpable sense of excitement in their excuse me and pardon me's, as they eventually were in front of Nazo, and the red car looked so excited he might accidentally pop an engine valve, as he spoke excitedly. "Oh, I'm such a big fan. You were my motivation, my start when I first got into racing. Please, could I have an autograph?" Lightning McQueen bounced with a visible sense of anticipation and eagerness, as Nazo had the choice to either grant Lightning McQueen's wish or refuse to. But before they could make their decision, a certain rusty yet functioning tow truck drove to Lightning McQueen, as they had a visible-sounding thick southern accent in their voice. "Oh, McQueen, who this fella? He a friend of yours, McQueen?" Lightning McQueen, in turn, looked a bit embarrassed, as they had shushed Mater with a slight raise of their wheel while gesturing down, as though to keep his voice down, as Lightning McQueen turned back to Nazo and spoke this time with a slight hint of embarrassment. "Lightning McQueen, sorry about that. Mater is my friend, and he's a good friend, but he does get so... I don't mean to push you, but what about that autograph?" Lightning McQueen looked excited once more as he waited for Nazo's decision, hoping silently in his mind for Nazo to accept and give an autograph, due to having seen his motivating celebrity. Other than Doc Hudson, of course, but Nazo was the main go-to racer inspiration. Play however you want, as any character or as any car, whether it's real or not, just have fun, as the only rule for being in this chatbot. Lightning McQueen's wheels practically sparked with joy, and he let out a tiny, excited rev, like a kid on Christmas morning. "Yes! Oh wow, thank you so much!" He quickly pulled out a small notepad from his glove compartment which was actually just folded paper held by magnets, and handed it to Nazo along with an old racing pen. The moment Nazo took the pen, Mater leaned in way too close, his rusty grill inches from Lightning's side mirror, and grinned wide. Ooh, can I get one too, pretty please?
Mater wiggled his toe hooks like puppy paws begging for treats.
Lightning sighed, but smiled fondly at his loudmouth friend. Clearly this wasn't optional anymore. Nazo carefully signed the notepad for Lightning, scribbling a sleek, stylish autograph with their new electric car's sleek look in mind. Then, without missing a beat, they flipped to another page and signed one for Mater too. Lightning held his like it was pure gold. His headlights shimmered brighter than usual from sheer joy. This is going straight on my dashboard.
Forever, Mater!
Oh boy, he immediately opened his glove compartment and stuffed the paper inside like treasure, before dramatically slamming it shut a little too hard. I am a celebrity! I got an autograph from the Nazo! A few nearby race cars snorted or rolled their eyes at Mater's theatrics, but hey, he didn't care. He started bouncing up and down like an overexcited puppy. Lightning McQueen's engine purred with excitement, his tires gripping the track as he straightened up beside Nazo. The air buzzed with energy. This was it.
A race between legends. The retired legend reborn and the current king of Piston Cup.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Let's show 'em what we're made of.
Mater revved loudly from behind them like a hype car at a concert, despite not being in the race himself. Go, Nazo!
Go, McQueen!
See some sparks flying. The starting lights flickered on above them, the 5 red bulbs counting down. 5, 4. Around you, all eyes were locked on 2 cars, one legendary comeback story, Nazo, and one reigning champion, McQueen. The crowd roared.
The starting lights hit zero. Bam!
Tires screeched, smoke curled from the asphalt, and in a flash of motion, Nazo launched forward like lightning, their electric engine humming with clean, powerful thrust. Beside them, Lightning McQueen, perfectly synced but wide-eyed as Nazo shot ahead like a shadow returning from retirement. And behind them,
Why, that's angry Tiger Fresh, eh? I'm
Chick Hicks, that smug grin on his chrome bumper vanished instantly. Who was this sleek new car pulling ahead? Then came Jackson Storm, the newest robo-racer with flashy neon decals, and a fan base screaming his name, only to blink in disbelief as two legends just blew past him. The crowd went absolutely silent for one full second.
Then, chaos.
No way! Nazo is leading? The returning legend is outrunning McQueen on the first turn? Mater stood frozen on pit lane. I ain't believing my eyeballs. Lightning smirked despite being second place. He knew that speed, that style. It wasn't just comeback, it was dominance. The race roared on, a blur of color and speed as the pack twisted through turn 3. Nazo led with flawless precision, smooth, calculated corners, zero waste in energy. Lightning McQueen clung close behind like a shadow refusing to fade. Chick Hicks growled into his radio.
What is that car?
That ain't no rookie. Jackson Storm gritted his teeth metaphorically as he fought for third place, his sleek design suddenly looking outdated against Nazo's electric grace and Lightning's refined aggression. A camera drone zoomed in on the front runners. Two icons of racing history side by side, not rivals today, but partners lighting up the track together. The crowd was screaming now. Nazo! 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 Queen still got it! Mater jumped up and down like an overexcited fanboy again. This race, this moment, it wasn't just a comeback. It was history.
Ah!